Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who rule well and taught me this truth, who are laboring, all right? Our elders and apostles are still going out in the highways and byways, 30 plus years, putting his work, making their body a living sacrifice, in season, out of season, man. Double honors to those men. All right, shalom to the Yahawah, which is the house of David, all right, which is the men that are going to be out there in the highways and byways, putting their life at risk, being bold as lions to the face of our adversary, first and foremost, Satan, Satan's physical counterpart, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, and shalom to the shalom to the sincere Akwath, you sisters, who are staying in order according to the scriptures. I'm your brother Shemayim, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And like always, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect. All right. The spirit of this lesson is, I want to say, brotherly love, or brotherly. How a brother, should conduct himself, especially in this truth of ours, right? In this calling of ours, the calling that Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi have called us to, right? To be a prophet of the Lord, to be a watchman of the Lord, right? To be the Lord's mouthpiece, to give warning unto the people from the Lord, right? We are seers, prophets, teachers, you know what I mean? Priest, and I wanted to express, right, that when you come to this truth, the Lord gives every man a certain portion of faith, a certain portion of knowledge, of wisdom, all right? And the Lord builds you up, and we should always be striving for more. We should always be learning, asking the Lord to allow us to keep increasing in knowledge and wisdom, Sophia, understanding, that's a spirit that we should be in, That being said, all right, there's certain character traits that a brother in this truth of ours should not have. Let me put it that way, all right? And a brother should not, right? A man of Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi, right? Which any man of Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi is our brother, right? The scriptures speak about who is my mother, who is my father, right? Who is my brother, right? It speaks about he that does the will of my Heavenly Father. He that does the will of the Heavenly Father, roughly paraphrasing it. So, a brother, right, shouldn't be arrogant. A brother shouldn't be proud. And I'm speaking about myself as well, because this is a character trait that these are character traits that a brother shouldn't have, So we can't be arrogant. We can't be proud. We cannot allow, knowledge to boast us up, right? Because the scriptures even speak about that, right? Something like that, puffeth. 1 Corinthians 8:1. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. So knowledge puffeth up, right? You're puffed up, you feel. Let me see. Let's look up that word. You know what? Let me look it up in the blue letter. 1 Corinthians 8:1. Blue letter. All right. So, where is it? Puffeth up, right? It's Strong's G 5448.
Strong's G 5448. Fusiao. Fusiao.
Fusiao. And to puffeth up, right? To make natural or cause a thing to pass into nature, to inflate, blow up, to cause to swell up, to puff up, make proud, to be puffed up, to bear oneself lawfully, be proud. So when you're puffed up, you're proud, right? Your ego's inflated. You walking with your chest all out, you know, and not necessarily, you know, but understand what I'm saying. I mean, you gotta be walking with your chest puffed out. But like, imagine a cartoon character that you got the short legs, and then you got the big shoulders, the big chest. He's puffed out like a wolf, you know, when he's about to blow down these houses or whatever, you know, like in old cartoon. So, you know, you're puffed up, man. You know, sometimes you feel invincible. You feel like you know everything. You know, you're arrogant. You're proud. You know, that's what it says, right? To inflate, blow up, to cause to swell up, to puff up, make proud. And that's not the spirit that a brother should be in. As a matter of fact, the Lord speaks about how he hates a poor man that is proud. Let me see if I can get that real quick. Or it says, let me see. Ecclesiasticus 25:2. It says, there are three sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life: a poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that doeteth. You know, so a poor man that is proud, man. First of all, right, we are the poor right now, man. We are rich in spirit. Right, we have Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. We have this truth, which is more precious than any jewelry, pearls, gemstones. You know, this truth of ours. But you cannot be puffed up, man. Especially on this side, especially when you're dealing with brothers. All right, and that's one thing, man. A brother is not supposed to be proud. You know, especially when there's men that have been in this thing, have been laboring this thing for it don't matter if it's 1 year, 2 years, 5 years over you. It can be they've been in this truth 3 months over you, and they just seen things and experienced certain things that you know you might not have experienced, right? So the Lord, you know, like I said, right, might have blessed you with your lot being a prophet, have blessed you with certain knowledge, wisdom, got you on the highways and byways, you know, and right, and now you feel untouchable. And then there might be men that have more years than you in this thing, and they sincerely will speak to you or let you know when there's certain things that you're doing that's not right. And then what a person will do, what certain men will do is always have a response, right? Always have a response, a rebuttal. Like the brother Lahab likes to express that there's men that when you're speaking to them, they're not listening to understand where you're coming from. They're listening to have a rebuttal for you. There's certain men that they'll have something, as soon as you say something, they got something right away. They got a response right away. See, I'm gonna just be sincere, man. Brothers, right, have to learn to take the low. Brothers have to learn to be humble. Brothers have to learn to stay quiet. All right, let me get this real quick. Ecclesiastes 3. I try to make this quick because, you know, I'm about to go to work soon. Ecclesiastes 3, right? It says, I'll start at verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And then we can go down to, let me see. Let's go down to verse, let me see. Salakia. Let's go down to verse 6. It says, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to and a time to speak. You see? So there's a time to keep silence and a time to speak, right? Brothers gotta learn that there's certain times you just gotta keep silence, man. If an elder rebukes you, you gotta keep silence, right? There's a time for everything, right? The Spirit has to guide you, through certain things. And that's where spiritually maturity comes in place. When spiritual discernment comes in place. There's men that the Lord blessed them, gave them the lot to be a prophet. They got the breakdowns, they got the precepts, they're doing the videos, they're doing the lessons, they're going on the house and Bible, but they lack spiritual maturity, man. They haven't been around the elders enough to see how they move. So what happens, right? They were in the world, they were arrogant, they were cocky, they came into the truth, now they're in their camp on their own, right? And when brothers try to express spiritual wisdom upon them and spiritual maturity on them, in the sense as rebuking them or guiding them, brothers always got a rebuttal, always got a response. Brothers can never take the low. Brothers know best, right? You can't have that mentality, man. That's not the right mentality, all right? Men gotta learn to be humble. All right, you gotta be humble in this thing, man. You gotta learn to take the low. All right. From there, let me bring out these scriptures. All right. This is Proverbs 9:8. It says, "Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee." Right? If you a wise man, because this is what I'm saying, you letting the knowledge puff you up. But if you a wise man, right, you gonna stay quiet, man. You know what? The water, bro. And I appreciate you telling me that, because I can see that you got you're looking out for my well-being, for my best interest. So the water, King. And you know what? I'm gonna take into consideration, and Lord, the Lord put the Spirit on me to be able to change certain flaws that I have, because we all have flaws, man. We all come short of the glory. But you gotta understand, when you have men that been laboring this thing for plus years over you, and not because you out here in the highways and byways, you're doing lessons left and right, you're bringing out precepts, you know the breakdown. Now you looking at men that been laboring for more years than you, and you think you up there with them. And not that that men, because look, even the elders apostles themselves say it don't matter if you've been in this truth for one day and I've been in this for 30 years. We all striving for the same penny. That's a humility that we're supposed to have. Not to think yourself over men, but at the same time, don't act like we didn't come into other men's labors. Let me see if I can get that real quick. I'm roughly paraphrasing it right now, trying to find the precept. Is it John? Let me see. Okay, let me see. Is it John 4? Let me see. Okay, John 4. John 4:38, it says, "I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed no labor. Other men labored, and ye are entered into their labors." That's right, man. if men are laboring out here to bring out this truth, and you learn from those men, and as time passed, now you gain this wisdom and this knowledge, you cannot get puffed up and forget that you walk, that ye enter into their labors, man, into their works. Especially if the men that been doing this plus years over somebody are still sincere, are still humble, are still believing Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi, and they still on the right path. The Lord does not like a poor man that is proud, man. All right, so from there, let's go to the book of Proverbs 27:5. It says, open rebuke is better than secret love, right? That's what brotherly means, man. That's brotherly right there. When a brother rebukes you, man, or gives you spiritual advice, take that, man. But if you always got a response, man, you the type of brother that brothers after don't really want to break bread with. You always know best. You got a precept ready to justify your action when ultimately you just lack a spiritual maturity, man. All right, and this is for whoever it concerns, man. All right. Now, I just looked up a quick brotherly Google definition. It says characteristics of or appropriate for a brother or brothers. It says he and I had such a brotherly bond. Sibling, friendly. You see me skipping these fraternal bullshit words in there because it's fucking Esau, man, with these fraternal bullshit. You know what I mean? These Edomites is sodomites, man. Having all these fraternities or whatever the fuck you call it in college and shit. It says showing affection and concern. Affectionate, man. Right? Showing affection and concern, man. Is that the spirit that you have? You gotta sincerely analyze yourself, brothers. You know? From there. And listen, man, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know? Let it slide, man. But if you brothers know that somewhere in your spirit you're not being brotherly, right? You gotta repent from that, man. This is Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Now you looking at a brother sideways because a brother's trying to give you spiritual advice. Now you yourself, you're keeping a distance because you're puffed up when another brother will keep his distance because he's like, this brother never listens, man. He's a know-it-all. You know what I mean? He's arrogant. See the different spirits in that? From there, let's go to Ecclesiastes 4:9. It says, two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he has not another to help him up. Now I'm gonna tell you this, man. There'll be certain men that they'll have other members in their camp, right? And even if they got other members in their camp, if you are spiritually mature and depending what your rank is in the camp, right? Your whole camp is also spiritually mature. So even if you have other members, right? When the Lord has blessed you with men, to have men around you that have been laboring this plus years, and they give you advice, right? It's because you might be falling short in certain things, man. And I'm gonna tell you this, man, for you men out there, man. A lot of you men are doing things off camera, and you think that the men of the Lord don't know and they don't see this. You're highly mistaken, man. Can't be a Hebrew Israelite on camera, and off camera you're not. Especially you men that are puffed up, man. The men of the Lord know this, and the Lord knows it. The Lord sees it all. So if a man try to give you advice because you falling, right? You can't pretend that you're alone in this thing, man. You can't be a lone wolf. There'll be camps that be lone wolves, you know. From there, let me get these precepts, man. I just looked up, right? Like you can see on the screen, it says right here, right where I'm highlighting, it says Bible verses related to pride, right? So I looked that up. I just looked up pride, right? And look at Proverbs 11:2. I'm gonna read a few of them. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom, man. That's a powerful precept. Look at the next one, Proverbs 16:5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination, right? And like the brother Lahab always likes to emphasize, what is an abomination, man? That means that the Lord is disgusted by that act. He's disgusted by that, right? Everyone that is proud in the heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. Right? Proverbs 29:23. And ultimately, I'm going to say this, man. That proud shit, that's a eat of my spirit, man. Let me continue, right? Proverbs 29:23. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit, man. So if you humble in spirit, man, your honor shall uphold you. Your righteous honor. Proverbs 16:18. Now, this is the oldie but a goodie, you know. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Now, Galatians 6:3, right? This is right here is one of the main ones in this list, right? For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself, man. All right? So you brothers, man, got to be self-aware, man, of yourself, right? Self-examine yourself. All right, this is Matthew's, and when I say you brothers, man, I'm talking about men that are truly believing Yahawah Yahawashi, but they just younger in this thing. All right, they're young in this thing, man, and they might even think themselves that they're old now, man. Even listen, our own elders from Boston, which been doing this 12+ years, even they call themselves babe. Look at the humility in that. So now Matthew's 18:15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. You know, this precept keeps going on, but this was the main point, right? If you tell a brother certain things, man, right, and he listens, you have gained a brother. This is what this lesson is about, man. This is the spirit of this lesson, man, to be brotherly. All right? And from there, let me see. Here we go again. My phone acting up, man. Satan, man. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6. I'll start at verse 6. No, I'll start at verse 7. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him, man. You know, and this is just a sincere sincere comment from me in general, right? Not everybody's a friend. Unfortunately, man, not everybody's a friend, especially in when men believe that they're in this truth, or men that are walking this path, right? Not everybody's friend. You gotta prove yourself, man. This is why brothers will sometimes take it personal when you don't see a man that trusts you right away. You can't take this personal, man. You got to prove yourself that you really devoted to Yahawah Yahawashi, especially when you first came into this thing. So if men first came to this thing and you met men that have been laboring this longer than you, and then you probably asked certain things or wanted to be part of certain things and they didn't allow it right in the beginning, you can't take that personal, man. You can't take that personal. Right? A man didn't allow you to be take part of the Passover when you first came in this thing. You can't take that personal. A man, we're having a gathering, breaking bread with brothers and elders, and then you want to be partaking of that, and they didn't allow you. You can't take that personal, man. Right? The scriptures speak about that. It says, prove him first and be not hasty to credit him. Right? I can't say, oh, that's you know, it's all through spirit. Now I'm gonna keep it funky with you, man. Elder Adama, from the get-go, Elder, you know, the Lord blessed him with spiritual discernment. The brother always showed me love from the get-go, man, from the beginning. You know, the water Yahawashi for putting that man in my life. You know, that's a man that I respect. You know, and that being said, I'm about to punch in real quick. I'm going to finish off with this, right? Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Let the Lord fight your battle, man. A lot of men got to humble themselves and take the low. They got to learn to take the low and be quiet. All right? Let the Lord fight for you, man. All right. With that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. Right. This lesson is about being brotherly, man. What it means to be brotherly. All right. I'm going to close off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Lord willing, on to the next one. Shalom.